And at some point, it became almost unbearable for me. I felt that I could not stand to see one more picture of a child in Gaza. And I can't even believe I'm getting emotional. And I read about writers who had died. I know people who have died. And I'm just, it's mass murder. I think I cannot believe that we are living in a world and there are governments who are supposed to believe in human dignity and nobody is doing anything about mass murder happening in Gaza, because that is what is happening. I think the idea of collective punishment is dehumanizing. It is, and I think, I think about this a lot, and I think in the end it is that some people have decided to look at Palestinians as somehow not fully human. Because if you think of Palestinians as fully human, you cannot find excuses for this kind of mass murder that is happening. You cannot justify it in any way. If we believe that a human being is a human being, all human beings are equally worthy. That's kind of how I think. And as a storyteller, I think it's important for us to read about Palestinian lives, ordinary lives. There are wonderful Palestinian writers that I've always admired. Actually, in my talk, The Danger of a Single Story, I quoted a Palestinian writer, Murid Barghouti, who says that if you start a story with secondly, you never get the full story. So if you start the story in the middle, you never get the full story. You have to start the story at the beginning, right? If you start the story with the arrows of the Native Americans, that's not where the story starts. The story starts when people came to their land. And I think that's such an interesting and very relevant quote, I think, for today, that we have to start the story at the beginning.